It's 8 AM on
20th
of December, and we have awoken to find an envelope that reads, "Open on camera at 8 AM before doing anything else." And to open.
Dear Hope, I'm Duncan. For Christmas this year, and because I'm such a lovely person, I have prepared a very, very special joint present for you both. However, because I also like to be a little annoying, you're going to have to earn this. 1. By completing challenges, following clues and solving riddles. Duncan, no doubt you'll be making a holiday video, so get filming. For starters, get yourselves some breakfast. Nothing too big though, as lunch will be provided by yourselves. I'm not that generous. And then afterwards, read the inside of this piece of paper for your first clue. Oh, and make sure you both go the low. It's going to be a busy day. P.S. Please don't wake me up, it's far too early for me. It's very big, it's very wet, and I can't pronounce the things that are all over it.
Why else can't you pronounce something similar?
Cinnamon?
I don't know, we're going to a cinnamon factory. And Will hasn't been. Oh, what were we talking about yesterday that Will hasn't been to?
The thrombolyte?
Yes, the thermobolites.
No.
That you can't pronounce. That
Well,
are wet because they're in the water.
They're not very wet.
They are.
They're not very big though.
Big-ish.
You could be sending us on a proper goose chase.
That's how we're going to Lake Clifton Day.
I don't think so.
We're here, Will. We're covered in flies and cobwebs.
Not cool, Will. Beautiful, but there's lots of flies. Spiders.
On the plus side, here's the view. We have a response from Will. Looks lovely. Thank you both for letting me sleep. I do appreciate it. So I want you to enjoy the view, but don't forget this is a day of challenges to see if you're worthy of your presence. With that in mind, task 2, I'd like 3 more selfies. First with my favourite animal. Yes, they are cute, don't lie. Second with Duncan's favourite animal, and third with an animal that has an STD. Might want to keep your distance with that one. Have fun. So the first...
You need to go to the zoo.
I'm guessing the first is a llama. Because that was what you said yesterday, they were cute. My favourite animal, Bosco?
Yeah.
Kangaroo.
And then a koala.
And then a koala. So we're going to the zoo. In the zoo, found
Koalas.
Kangaroos.
And alpacas.
Not alpacas.
Llamas.
Well, it was totally a llama. Now we've sent the photos and we are waiting for Will to reply.
Perfect. After feeding those animals, you must be a little hungry yourself. On to lunch. I'd like a photo of a delicious, greasy, yet somehow healthy burger placed directly on top of, I'll allow a small gap, Hope's head. Remember, it should be a beef burger, so those pigs are rocking today. Pigs are rocking today. Rockingham. Somehow healthy, so I'm thinking grilled.
Grilled in Rockingham?
Where is he sending us?
Grilled. There is grilled in Rockingham's shopping centre. It is 38 minutes away. So we're going to get burgers. Go ahead. enjoy your lunch, and when you're done, I have a challenge. Send me a picture of the cheapest thing you can find. Duncan, you should be good at this. So send me a picture of the cheapest thing we can find. Okay?
Okay.
So, not the most exciting find. We'll send that to Will and see what he thinks.
Okay, so we've got a reply from Will. Well, that was cheaper than expected. I think you need some fresh air after being in those shops. I'd like another selfie from somewhere with a view. We've eaten there, taken lots of photos and waved to family. Where are we? Please enjoy the view while you're there. There's nowhere else quite like it. Somewhere with a view, we've eaten there, taken lots of photos and waved to family. Where are we? I don't know.
Where's got a good view?
We've eaten there, taken lots of photos. It's the wave to family bit that gets me.
You used to wave to your Uncle Doug.
Kings Park. That's miles away.
We've had a picnic there. We've taken a lot of photos there.
And we've waved to Uncle Doug. Yeah, we're Kings Park. Let's go to Kings Park.
From Will. Amazing view, I love it up there. Have a think about this one. As everyone knows, Duncan loves free stuff, aka being cheap. And Hope, you of course love chocolate. I want you to find somewhere that appeals to both of these traits, and of course the selfie please while you're there.
That's the Margaret Chocolate Factory.
Free chocolate.
Yeah. Interesting.
See, isn't it nice to do something that appeals to both of you? Anyway, I'm sorry for zigzagging you all over the place, but I'm afraid you'll need to do it just once more. Oh, and make sure the city is in view. So, I'm sorry for zigzagging you all over the place. Make sure the city is in view. It's zigzag scenic place. Zigzag scenic drive.
So where's that from here?
Let's find out. We have our response from Will. Let's see what he said. Well done on getting that one. I'm impressed. I think you've earned your present. Come back to the house. It'll be waiting for you.
What? Will? I'm really confused.
Go get our Christmas present.
We'll get back and you'll be like, oh, you gotta wait 5 days.
Thoughts?
It's been a fun day, but I don't see what William is doing.
You don't know what the point of it all was?
No.
I think the point of it was just to have fun.
If that's my Christmas present from him.
Yes. Then you'd like a voucher too?
Yes.
And home we head.
No, I loved it.
scavenger hunt.
Been out for 9 hours, scavenging.
Looking forward to our to what comes next. I think he's got something bigger going on than just saying ha. Let's go in and find out.
Hello.
Nice little scavenge hunt.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, really good day.
Okay. Is that your present?
Yes.
There you go. Well, it looks like a DVD.
I'm guessing I need to go and play it.
Yes.
Do you know what this is? No idea.
Hey, hold on, can you put it in? I'm just going to get the GoPro. You put the DVD in.
I locked the car.
That's fine, go sit down.
Just sit down. Big boy, I'm not in the car. I'm so confused all day as to what you're doing. Don't look at me. I've got no idea. I'm going to pause it.
No, Hope, just watch it.
Happy New Year! That wasn't very enthusiastic. Hello, Hopi. I know you're a little busy right now, but I wondered if I could borrow you for just a second. Actually, it'll probably take longer than a second. In fact, if it isn't already obvious, this message might take a while. Around a year, in fact. Though, don't worry, it won't take that long to watch. Anyway, I want to tell you a story. This story starts back in the first year of sixth form. So we're talking around 2008, 2009 here. And it all began courtesy of some mutual friends and a particularly important IT class. Quick side note, it actually started a few years before that. But I don't think the occasional online message to each other really counts, especially when it was done via MySpace. But anyway, back when I first met you, I couldn't even believe you were talking to me. You were this incredibly pretty, tall, blonde girl, and I was, well... Anyway, we would talk occasionally in and out of class, and then we started to hang out a bit more thanks to some shared friends, and we carried on that way for a while. Now, we got on super well, and everything seemed pretty much effortless, really. We just clicked, but we were never more than friends, despite how much I wanted us to be. And believe me, I really wanted us to be more than just friends. But honestly, I was just happy to have you around. So, over time, we got closer and closer and closer. Until, I think it's pretty safe to say, we became best friends. Now, this continued on for a while, and I was really happy with what we had. But then, after a couple of years, we began to drift apart. Now, there's no reason to dredge up the past, and there's definitely no reason to place blame. Because what happened next made up for it 1,000,000 times over. See, there I was laying in bed on a Tuesday night, back in May 2012, when I get a message. Now, it was from a number that I didn't have, and from a person I hadn't spoken to in at least a couple of years. And this is what that message said. Hey, it's Hope. I know we haven't spoken in ages, and I understand if you don't want anything to do with me. Or tell me to fuck. We'll skip over some bit. I'm trying to sort out a date for everyone to go for a drink for my birthday, and was wondering if you would like to come. Now, I don't need to tell you how big a surprise this was, but eventually I managed to reply. So from there we talked for a bit, and we decided it would be good for just the two of us to meet up first. Just me and you, like old times. So a few days later, on the 14th of May 2012, we met up at the Grapes in Formby, and we talked, like we hadn't been apart for more than a second. We met up a few times over the next month. We went for lunches together, went out for drinks for your birthday, and messaged each other pretty much morning till night. Until eventually, on June 13th, 2012, at the Grapes, again, I bravely asked if you would go on a real date with me. We'll gloss over the 5 hours of nervous shaking that came before that. And miraculously, you actually said yes. Now, Hope, I could sit here and go on and on about the last few years. Or I could just get straight down to it. And something tells me that you'd much rather I hurry this along. So here goes. Hope, I have only one single, incredibly important question. Can we get a cat? That was a joke. Because, you know, it was April 1st. Anyway, these last few years have been the most amazing of my entire life. We've had the most incredible experiences. And as for travel, well, in just a few years, we've been to Spain, Australia, Chester, Paris, Wales, Lanzarote, Finland, Perth, Singapore, Edinburgh, London, Sydney, Shropshire, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Yosemite, Las Vegas, New York, Lake District, Center Parcs, Barcelona, and a whole lot more. Whew. I need a break. Okay, back to it. But we're going to do things a little bit differently, because otherwise we might hit 2018 by the time you've finished watching this video. Okay, maybe we won't go quite that quick. Anyway, when we went off traveling, we were ziplining, swinging through the trees, climbing mountains, and even flying planes. And that doesn't even include all the amazing restaurants we've been to, or all the bars we've discovered, the dates we've been on, or many of the nights in, home-cooked meals, movie nights, and so much more. Oh, and one other thing. We bought a house. An incredible achievement. And one that we achieved together. Just think, all those pieces of furniture we built, all those painted walls, all that sanding and glossing, all of it, resulting in the amazing place that we now call home. At this point, with everything that we have now, it's easy to forget how we got here. It's easy to overlook all the time we spent as just friends. The years before that, where we just pass each other in the hallway, me looking at you probably more than you were looking at me, and the weeks that led up to us finally dating. Hell, it's even easy to forget about some of the early dates we went on too. Like the time we made some questionable gluten-free pizzas. Or the time you had to leave dinner halfway through because you weren't feeling well. Thankfully, those two were unrelated. Or any of the little trips out. The weekends away. The times I met you after work. The phone calls before bed. Or any of the other amazing things that have made up these past few years. Now, our journey has already been so incredible. To think that just a few years ago, we weren't even in each other's lives, is so unbelievably strange. And makes it even more important that I make sure you stay in it. Because there's no way in hell that I want to go back to a time where I didn't get to see you every single day. So you see, when you add everything up, you can see why I felt so compelled to make this video. Because there's just no way that I could have ever explained how amazing these last few years have been in a message, or a card, or in any other way. Because Hope, these have been genuinely the best years of my life. I'm at an all new level of happy. I've experienced things I never thought possible. Seen places all over the world. And done all of it with the most amazing, most beautiful girl that I've ever seen. And hopefully this is all just the start of it. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. I do have one last thing to ask though. But in case you haven't noticed, I'm not there with you right now. So I was wondering if you could do me a favour. Just jump in the car and head on over to our favourite place, where I'll be waiting.
Well, we've had healthy drinks, I see. Healthy drinks. All right. Oh, I'm awfully low down on the ground in this cup.
He's been doing that video every day.
Isn't that beautiful? You're right.
Yeah. You've been in on this?
Sorry.
We had a nice day. Was it a big snake? No, don't be rude. The Duncan murdered today. Oh.
And just went snake and then boom, boom.
Oh. Oh, bloody hell. No, now.
Woohoo! Oh, there she is.
I got the thing on my finger. I'm looking.
Shall I take you home now? We're engaged.
Yes.
Fiancé.
Take me home, fiance.